Supriya ma'am, is my screen visible? Is my
Yes,
voice
ma'am.
audible?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. A very good morning to everyone. Yesterday, we started with the chapter Heredity and Variation. Today, we will be seeing the latter part of this chapter. So the topic that were being covered in the last lecture, that is yesterday's lecture, were heredity, inheritance, genetics, inherited traits and expression of traits, chromosomes and types of chromosomes. So these were the topics. Yes. So these were the topics that were being covered in the last lecture. Today, we will be starting with a fresh topic, that is DNA. In the yesterday's lecture, we saw a short introduction about DNA, but in today's lecture, we'll see detailed explanation about this master molecule DNA. Now, DNA is a master plan for the life on Earth and also a source of wonderful variety that we see around us. So let us see what is exactly DNA. Now you can see here, DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA is a chemical name for molecule that carries genetic instruction in all living things. You can also say all living organism. By all living organism, I want to say that it is varying from amoeba, that is single-celled organism, to human. You can also say to animals, and each and every living thing, whether it is plants, trees, okay? That is the living life on Earth. Structure of DNA consists of two strands of alternating sugar. The name of the sugar is deoxyribose, and the phosphate group makes the DNA double helix. डबल हेलिक्स का मतलब यहाँ पे हो रहा है, आप एक सीढ़ी की तरह ये डीएनए को देख सकते हैं. यू कैन परसीव दिस डीएनए like a flexible ladder. Okay, so here by double helix we mean it is looking like a flexible ladder. Who invented DNA and how DNA was invented, we will see over here. It was a biologist named Frederick Miescher. He was working with the white blood cell in the year 1969. Now you all know white blood cells are the major components of pus in the infection. You all must have seen that whenever you get wound, some white material is appearing on that wound. That white material is nothing but the white blood cells. And as a result, Miescher collected a lot of pus from the bandages at the local hospital. So Miescher was been working on, something which is called as DNA. He was not actually knowing on what thing he was working. So in his initial work, he collected this pus from the local hospitals. And later on, what he did, we'll see now. He added a weak alkaline solution to the white blood cells. When he did this, the cells decomposed and caused the nuclei to move out of the solution. What he wanted was, he actually decomposed these pus cells using a weak alkaline solution so that the nucleus would come out. After decomposition, definitely the nucleus was able to come out. And from the nuclei, Miescher isolated a substance which is known as nuclein. So till date, he only knew that there is something in the nucleus which he called it as nuclein. After chemical analysis, nuclein was later renamed as DNA. Okay, so this is how the story of invention of DNA comes into picture. Now in this slide, you can see various things. You can see bacteria, you can see virus, you can see plants, you can see animal, and you can see human. So when I say about DNA, we say that DNA is almost occurring in each and every living organism that you all see in your day-to-day life, or you can also say the life which you see around. Okay, so DNA is present in bacteria, it is present in virus also, in plants, in trees, in animals, and also in human being. The next slide that is appearing over here is we want to see the location of DNA. Where exactly this DNA is being found, we will see with the help of this picture. So if I want to find out the location of DNA, I would be explaining it or illustrating it with the help of this diagram. Now see, there is a cell over here. The cell is containing nucleus. The cell is containing nucleus. And inside the nucleus, you can see there is chromosome. Yesterday only when I explained about chromosome, I explained that DNA is nothing but, a chromosome is nothing but it is a bundle of thread of DNA. So when I uncoil this chromosome, I'll ultimately get this double helical DNA like this. I repeat once again, the location of DNA is inside cell. सेल के अंदर होता है न्यूक्लियस और न्यूक्लियस के अंदर पाया जाता है क्रोमोसोम. And chromosome is basically made up of the strands of the DNA. So this is how we can say DNA ka location is there. We can say DNA in human and other complex organism in very small amount it is being found in mitochondria also. But in majority it is always present in the cell's nucleus. An important property of this DNA is that it can replicate. So this is how we see the location of DNA. Now we will see uncoiling of chromosome. In the yesterday's lecture, the chromosome part was being done in detail. Now here what we do is we start unwinding this chromosome and we'll see what happens. We are having a chromosome over here, and what I do is I take one thread of the chromosome and I start unwinding it. And when I unwind the chromosome, I can see a supercoil over here. See, this supercoil you can see is made up of proteins, which you can call it as histones. And you can see this DNA ka thread is actually binding the histones, that is protein, along with the nucleosomes. Okay, so we can say over here that DNA is wrapped around nucleosome and positively charged histones. Okay, so ultimately I can say agar histones are positively charged, DNA is negatively charged. This is the reason why the DNA is able to bind or these histones, and ultimately they can form the chromosome. So when I uncoil the chromosome, it is ultimately going to give me a supercoil, which is going to have the DNA, which is going to wrap the histones and nucleosomes. And ultimately, you can see the DNA ka thread is nothing but the double helix structure. Now, one more thing I would like to share over here is, now see, in this coiled state, DNA is nothing but the part of chromosome. And we all know that humans contain 46 chromosomes. Okay? So we say among this, 22 homologous chromosomes are forming a pair, and the last wala pair is going to determine the gender chromosome. Okay, what gender the offspring, the progeny is going to have, the last pair of chromosome will decide. So chromosome and DNA goes hand in hand. Chromosome act as a structure that holds DNA. And DNA, on the other hand, acts as a complete set of instruction that tells our body how to develop. So ultimately, I can define DNA in short over here. The full form of DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. The name nucleic specify that it is being found in nucleus. Okay. Chromosomes are mainly made up of DNA and protein. By protein, I here mean histones. Okay. And of course, there are nucleosomes also. It was discovered by Swiss biochemist Friedrich Miescher in the year 1969 while studying white blood cell. So the invention was being made. He was actually studying on white blood cell, but accidentally he found DNA molecule. It is present in the nucleus, so called as nucleic acid. न्यूक्लियस में प्रेजेंट होने की वजह से इसका नाम क्या आ गया है, न्यूक्लिक एसिड करके आ रहा है. It is present in all organisms from viruses, bacteria to human being. And what is the function of DNA? It controls the functioning, growth and division, reproduction of the cell, and therefore it is called as a master molecule. Master molecule, why we are saying? Because it is containing all the information about the growth, about the special characteristic, whether it is facial characteristic, whether it is hair, whether it is height, all the information that is being carried from one generation to the progeny with the help of DNA. Now here, we'll see the components that are being present in DNA. DNA किस चीज से बना हुआ है वो हम लोग यहाँ पे देखने की कोशिश करते हैं. Now basically when we see DNA, it is made up of 4 type of nitrogenous bases. What are the name of the nitrogenous bases? We'll now see. The first one, nitrogenous base, is denoted by adenine, then it is guanine, then it is cytosine, and then it is thiamine. The nitrogenous bases, adenine and guanine, are called as purines, while the other 2 nitrogenous bases, that is cytosine and thiamine, are called as pyrimidine. The structure of the nucleotide, a molecule of nitrogen base and phosphoric acid are joined to each other with the molecule of sugar. Okay, and there are 4 types of nitrogenous bases. The nucleotides are also of 4 types. Now you can see over here in the picture the phosphate group. In the other picture, you can see the sugar group. And in the third group, you can see nitrogenous bases. There are basically 4 nitrogenous bases, definitely. I named them just now. And there is phosphate and sugar. So DNA is basically made up of phosphate and sugar. We will now see how they are being aligned in the double helix structure. Yes, anyone wants to ask question? You can see 4 hands are being raised. Yes. Why 4 hands are being raised? Anyone wants to ask any doubt? So shall we move on to the next wala slide? So, as I said, Friedrich Nietzsche was just, he was able to just invent what was DNA, but he was not knowing its structure. So, it were 2 biologists named Watson and Crick. They proposed the model of double helical structure of DNA molecule. And definitely it was in the year 1953. Watson and Crick produced the double helical model of DNA. You can see in the picture how a 3-dimensional figure of DNA is being looking. If I want, I can pinch out the photo for you. See, you can see in this picture, a 3D model of DNA is being kept over here. You can see one strand is going like this and the other strand is going like this. And in between, you can see this nitrogenous bases, which we will now see in the next slide. Okay. See here. As per the model proposed by the 2 biologists, you can see 2 parallel threads of nucleotides are coiled around each other. Okay, these are the pair of nucleotides. They are being, running parallel to each other. This one is one and the second one is this one. The arrangement is called as double helix. This structure can be compared with the coiled and flexible ladder. As I said earlier, DNA molecule is a very flexible ladder. Each strand in the molecule of DNA is made up of many small molecules known as nucleotide. Okay, so here we can see the double helical structure is actually made up of the phosphates and sugar. And these segments, we will now see them in details. So in the diagram also, you can see the strands are running parallel to each other. They are very, very flexible and they are made up of sugar, phosphate, backbone. So you can also say this is the backbone of DNA. Okay, it is because of these nitrogenous bases are able to, able to keep their feet or keep their roots. Okay. Then we have base pair. Base pair are nothing but the nitrogenous bases. And we have these nitrogenous bases, that is adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. We will now see how these nitrogenous bases are being, aligned in the double helix structure. You can see over here, there are two strands basically made up of phosphate and sugar. You can see PS over here. See, P मतलब phosphate, S मतलब sugar. So ये जो double helix है, that is actually made up of phosphates and sugar. As I said, there are 4 nitrogenous bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. So in the picture, you can say adenine is, it is combining with thymine, and cytosine is combining with the guanine. And how these bonding is being done? It is done with the help of hydrogen bond. So when I see DNA, okay, in very much detail, the pairing will be done like this. Adenine always pair with thymine with the help of hydrogen bond, and guanine always pair with cytosine with the help of hydrogen bond. So this is how the nitrogenous bases, the phosphate and sugar are going to be, bounded in the ladder, which we call it as made up of phosphates and sugar. Now here, I could say there is one more slide. Now see, what you can see over here is the deoxyribonucleic. There is one more thing that is being occurring over here. That is adenine, thymine, when they are bonded, guanine, cytosine, when they are bonded, in the next strand, you can see the adenine has changed the place and the thymine has changed the place. And in the next strand, definitely you can see the guanine has changed the place and cytosine has changed the place. So this is how the alternating nitrogen bases, they are being aligning themselves in the double helix structure. Now the next topic that is going to come here is gene. Gene are the segment of DNA. Okay? Genes are nothing but they are the segment of DNA. Just now we saw uncoiling of chromosome, and chromosome is made up of the thread of DNA, which is binding the histones and nucleosome. So when I uncoil it, so genes are nothing but the segment of DNA. Each gene contains information about certain trait. Genes are transcribed and translated by the cell to make protein. Protein creates visible phenotype. एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे हमारे यहाँ पे दिया गया है, one gene might code for eye color. The gene is used by cell to make protein which create green pigment in our eye. A few people are having green colored eye. Why? Because the gene contains that particular type of protein which helps to give the eye a color of green. So you can say genes are nothing but segment of DNA. Definitely they carry the information of certain traits. And what genes do? DNA, it is the DNA which is giving instruction. You can also say order to whom? To genes, to produce, to synthesize a particular protein. Now, yesterday only, as I said, a few people are very tall, a few people are very dwarf. You can also say short. Why? It is amount of growth hormone that will be produced by the gene. Genes are mainly responsible for the production of protein in a particular living organism. So chromosome, DNA, and gene are going hand in hand. One might ask me, ma'am, you talked about chromosome, you talked about DNA. So one person may ask that, ma'am, how many DNA are being there in a particular chromosome? So students, let me tell you all, if there is a one chromosome, a single stranded chromosome, there is going to be single molecule of DNA. Okay. So what is gene? We will now see. Genes are the segment of DNA molecule and they are called as genes. Due to variety in the sequence of nucleotide, different kinds of genes are formed. Now I'm saying again, जीन्स, हर एक जीन जो होता है वो अलग अलग टाइप का प्रोटीन सिंथेसाइज करता है, वो अलग अलग टाइप का प्रोटीन प्रोड्यूस करता है. कुछ प्रोटीन हमारे स्किन के लिए जरूरी होते हैं, कुछ हमारी हाइट के लिए होते हैं, कुछ हमारे हेयर के लिए, कुछ हमारे आईज के कलर के लिए. सो यू कैन से देयर आर वैरायटी ऑफ जीन्स दैट आर बीइंग फॉर्म्ड. द जीन्स आर अरेंज्ड इन अ लाइन. Genes क्या है? Segment है, and definitely they are always appearing in a line. Their alignment is always linear. Genes control the structure and function of cell and of the body. Now you can also say genes are controlling the structure and function of cell of the body. By this I mean that it is the gene that can determine when RBC has to be produced, when a particular type of protein has to be synthesized. So genes are the one who are doing all this. Also, they transmit hereditary characteristic from parents to offspring. So it is genes that are being, transferring the information from the parent to their offspring, or you can also say children, you can also say progeny. Hence, they are said to be functional unit of heredity. So you can also say they are the basic unit of heredity. Information about protein synthesis is stored in the genes. Okay, so genes play a very important role in our day-to-day life, which we saw now. Now see over here. I'll give one more picture of gene. Okay, genes are nothing but segments of DNA. I'll take this picture and explain in short what exactly the genes are. Now you can see over here the DNA, double helical DNA picture. And what we do over here is we'll see how the genes are being aligned. As I said, chromosome ka part is a DNA and DNA ka part is gene, and genes are nothing but they are in segments. So you can see over here a segment over here. This is one segment. This is the next segment. This is the next segment. So these are nothing but the segment of genes. So when I say genes are the segment of DNA, these are nothing but these segments will represent the genes. Now we'll move on to the next topic, that is Human Genome Project. In April 2005, researchers announced that the Human Genome Project has completed a high-quality sequence of essentially the entire human genome. This sequence closed the gap from working draft of the genome, which was published in 2001. It was also identified that the location of many human genes and provided information about their structure and organization. The project made the sequence of human genome and tool to analyze the data freely available via internet. In addition to the Human Genome Project sequenced the genomes of several other organisms, including brewers, yeast, the roundworms, and the fruit flies. In the year 2002, researchers announced that they had also completed a working draft on mouse genome. By studying the similarities and differences between human genes and those of other organisms, researchers could discover that the function of the particular gene and identify which genes are critical for life. So here, what we see is there is a human genome project which does study on human genes. Okay, and they have definitely preserved all the genes varying from brewer's yeast to roundworms and fruit flies. Now, next we'll see DNA fingerprint, where DNA is being used in our day-to-day life. We'll now see it. The sequence of a gene in a DNA of a person, the genome of a person is identified. Friends, let me tell you all that each and every person that is existing, each and every plant or tree or any other, um, macroscopic, microscopic organism that we are seeing in our day-to-day life, each and every one is having its own DNA fingerprints. Okay, it is useful to identify the lineage, to identify criminals because it is unique to every person. You all must have seen the criminal serials. People are taking fingerprints. People are, taking retina. Okay, why? Because each and every person is having its own thumb impression, own fingerprints, and also the retina ka color is also different for each and every one of us. So DNA is very useful to identify the person, okay, whether it is criminal or whether it is normal human being. Now we will see 6 weird fact about DNA. This is just for fun purpose I took. Your DNA could stretch from Earth to Sun and back 600 times. So if I take one strand of DNA and if I go till Sun, I can make how many turns? 600 turns. We are all alike, 99.9% alike. So okay, you can also say DNA is almost similar, but definitely the characteristic of each and every human being is going to be different. DNA is alike. By this, I mean that the structure of DNA is almost same, whether it is single-celled animal, whether it is human, or whether it is massive animal or any other organism. Genes make up about only 3% of your DNA. A DNA test reveals you are more Irish than your siblings. So if you test your DNA, you can see your ancestors will be somewhere out of the country. So this is again an amazing fact about DNA. The human genome contains 3 billion base pair of DNA. So एक ह्यूमन बॉडी में कितना डीएनए होने वाला है? 3 बिलियन बेस पेयर होने वाला है. Your DNA could link you to place you have never imagined. So as I said, each one of your sibling would look different, and definitely if you see the DNA thing, you can see the ancestors will be, far, far from you. One more interesting fact about DNA I would like to tell you is, if you want to decode this DNA, suppose if your writing speed is 60 words per minute and you work for 8 hours per day, it will take 60 years to decode one person's DNA. So you can see our human body is so much capable of transcripting, decoding, okay, such a information without hustle bustle. So we will see today's homework over here. Write a note on DNA, write a note on gene. So students, today we studied about few things. Mostly our main topic was DNA. So DNA is nothing but master molecule present in all the living organisms. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. What is the structure of DNA? DNA is double helix structure. Who invented it? Friedrich Miescher was a biologist who invented it when he was working on pus cell experiment. Till that time, he was not knowing its exact name, so he named it as nuclein. What is the location of DNA? DNA is present in cell's nucleus. न्यूक्लियस के अंदर क्रोमोसोम है और क्रोमोसोम के अंदर जो है अगर क्रोमोसोम का थ्रेड हम लोग अनकॉइल करना शुरू करेंगे we will get DNA. In the uncoiling of DNA, we can see DNA is binding up the histones and nucleosomes, and ultimately it is making a supercoil of chromosome. Structure of DNA is double helix. Okay, it is the master molecule, and since it is found in nucleus, it is being named as nucleic acid. DNA is composed of 4 nitrogen bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine, along with the base sugar, that is phosphate and nitrogen. DNA का model was being proposed by Watson and Crick in the year 1953. It is a double structured helical model that was being given by Watson and Crick. So you can see in the next slide that DNA is basically a flexible ladder with all these nitrogenous bases connected to the other ladder. In this, we can see adenine is always pairing with thymine with the help of hydrogen bonding, and guanine and cytosine are being bonded together again with the help of hydrogen bonding. Next, we saw gene. Genes are nothing but the segment of DNA. So the genes are basically responsible for the kind of protein that will be, given to the particular organisms. Human Genome Project, definitely it is storing all the genetic information of organisms varying from brewer's yeast till roundworms. And then with the help of DNA fingerprinting, you are able to nab criminals. It is because of the DNA, because DNA is different for each and every human being. Then we saw a weird fact about DNA, and this is the homework. Now I would love to ask a question. Our question answer session begins now. Will someone tell me what is the location of DNA? Will someone tell me what is the location of DNA? Very good. Who wants to answer? Who wants to answer? Afrin Sheikh? Yes. What is the location of DNA?
Cell, nucleus,
Yes.
chromosome, DNA.
So exact location is basically the nucleus, no?
DNA.
Nucleus के अंदर पाया जाता है. It is inside the nucleus. Okay, nucleus के अंदर chromosome होता है, and if you unwind the chromosome, you will ultimately get the DNA. Okay? DNA किन किन चीजों को बाइंड कर रहा है? ये नेक्स्ट पिक्चर आप देख के जरा बता दो, कोई भी बता दीजिए, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. Anyone can tell. Afrin has raised hands in No. Afrin has raised hand since long. Afrin Ansari, would you like to answer? Picture ध्यान से देखिए. DNA is binding. See, I can show you with the help of spotlight. किन किन चीजों को bind कर रहा है वो. अब याद आ गया क्या कुछ? पिक्चर में ही हर एक चीज है. It is binding two things. It is binding two things. DNA is binding two things. Anyone else would like to answer? कोई और आंसर करना चाहेगा? साक्षी तिवारी from Gundavli.
Nucleosome calls
Very good.
histone DNA
Very
build
good.
ilex.
Wait. This DNA, you can see it is uncoiling. वो एक single thread किसको किसको बांध रहा है देखो. It is the histones and nucleosomes. Okay? तो समझ में आया? अगर क्रोमोसोम का हम लोग एक सिरा धागा निकालेंगे तो वो सुपर कॉइल बनेगा और सुपर कॉइल के अंदर क्या है? हिस्टोन्स है. हिस्टोन को कौन बांध रहा है? डीएनए बांध के रख रहा है. Okay? What is the full form of DNA?
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
Very good. Who invented it?
Friedrich Miescher.
Very good. So, which acid it is called?
Nucleic acid.
Very good. Why?
Because it is present in nucleus.
Yes, it is found in nucleus. Okay, how many nitrogenous bases are being found in DNA? कौन से nitrogenous bases हैं जो DNA में मिल रहे हैं? Anyone else would like to give a try?
Adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine.
Very good. And what are the other two? What are the other two groups? It is there in the slide itself, diagram.
Pyridines.
No. Anyone else would like to answer? Jaiswar Priyanshu. Jaiswar Priyanshu.
Yes, ma'am.
Shweta Yadav would like to answer.
Purine and
more things.
pyridines.
Very good. So what you can say over here is purines and pyrimidines are there. Now, can you see phosphate over here? Phosphate
Yes,
group,
ma'am.
sugar
Yes,
group. Okay.
Yes.
So ये भी दो चीजें आ रही हैं यहाँ पे. Now see, in the next slide we'll see it in more detail. You would understand it in detail. अच्छा, एडेनिन किसके साथ पेयर हो रहा है?
Thymine.
Very good. And cytosine is pairing with
Guanine.
guanine. Okay. So adenine always pair with thymine, cytosine always pair with guanine. And what is this backbone of DNA? What is the
Sugar
backbone
phosphate.
of DNA? Very good. Sugar phosphate जो हम लोगों ने देखा था वो molecule, that is basically the backbone of DNA, holding these base pairs. Gene क्या है?
Segment of DNA.
So you can see in the picture itself, it is nothing but the segment of DNA. जीन क्या क्या कर सकता है? आपको क्या लगा? जीन क्या करता है? जीन क्या कर सकता है?
Ma'am, information about protein synthesis is stored in genes.
Very good. Okay. Which protein? When it has to be synthesized? What should be the time? Okay. That information is being contained in gene. DNA fingerprinting क्या होता है?
Ma'am, to identify the lineage and to identify criminals because it is unique to every person.
Very good. DNA is unique to each and every living organism and people also. So students, I hope you enjoyed the lecture. You enjoyed the content that was being given to you all today. Okay. So see you all in the next lecture. If anyone wants to ask any doubt, feel free. We still have 2 minutes. Yes. So shall I wind up this lecture now? Supriya ma'am. Okay, anyone wants to ask question?